Hello. Продолжаем играть Hogwarts Legacy. Так.
I imagine the desk of description will come in handy.
It will. I hope you'll take advantage of it. Now, I'll give you a brief lesson in conjuring. The room might not provide everything you need on its own.
Conjuring?
Yes, the magic of creating or conjuring objects. I'll teach you.
Так, погнали.
Very good. When conjuring more complex objects, you'll need what's called a spellcraft. Spellcrafts are like recipes. They list the ingredients or resources needed to conjure a particular object. You should have acquired some for a potion station and potting table from tomes and scrolls in Hogsmeade.
I did. Where can I find the resources I need?
While resources such as moonstone can be obtained throughout the Highlands, it's much safer and easier to purchase them. They can also be collected by vanishing objects in the room, such as the chairs you vanished earlier. In fact, you should have enough resources for now.
I see. Can I regain resources by vanishing something I've already conjured?
You can indeed. Quite perceptive. Why don't you give it a try? Go ahead and conjure the potion station and potting table. You should find both familiar since they'll resemble the ones you've already used to study magical plants and brew potions in class.
Так, наколдуйте стул для горшков. Не понял. Вот этот. Зелье. Маленький стенд для зельеварения в наукообразном стиле с одной горелкой. Маленький стенд для зельеварения в ботаническом стиле с одной горелкой. В электрическом стиле с одной горелкой. С одной горелкой. Готическом. Готическом, не вашем. Заебись. Так. Здесь ничего недоступно у меня. Или что доступно? Ага.
Well done. You can use these whenever you need to brew potions or grow plants. Presuming, of course, you've collected any seeds or potion ingredients you need in Hogsmeade or outside the castle grounds.
Давай сделаем все сразу. Что нам? Птичку мять-то. В смысле? Ага, тут у меня ничего нету. Тут ничего нету. Так. На это украшение в хуйне впилось мне. Да, это пристабачить можно. Вот так пусть будет. Ага, это смотри. Диванчик. Так, ладно, пока не будем диван ставить, нахуй. Ну это просто для декора, нахуй не надо.
Deke will be here to answer any questions you may have. Do not underestimate his insights.
Can you tell me a bit more about Deke?
He's been at Hogwarts longer than I have, and seems to know its every nook, cranny, and secret. We discovered this room together when I was a student. Deke has had a good deal of experience, both here at Hogwarts and at a previous post. I shall let Deke tell you more when he's ready, but again, you would be wise to listen to any suggestions he may have.
Can I use this type of transfiguration magic outside of the room?
Conjuring and vanishing are strictly forbidden elsewhere in the castle. We've charms in place to enforce that. It would be exhausting to reverse the errors in both judgment and magic. But the Room of Requirement has its own rules.
I will be sure to speak with Deke if I need anything. Thank you.
Good luck. I shall linger a bit longer in case you'd like to learn another transfiguration spell for use in the room.
Deke hasn't seen this many plants here before.
I want to teach you about transfiguration.
Сейчас хину себе не должен. У меня было 8, сейчас стало 9, сейчас будет 10.
Be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
Revelio.
Deke cannot believe how many beasts.
I'm ready for the next lesson, Professor.
Very well. First, you'll need to gather some moonstone. You can acquire it by vanishing items here in the Room of Requirement, or you can gather it carefully outside of the Hogwarts grounds. Return to me once you've gathered enough, and we shall begin the lesson.
Revelio. I have the moonstone you requested, Professor.
Good. Then we may begin your lesson. You can conjure more than potions and herbology tables. Conjuration can be used to decorate this space to your liking. Why don't you try it on the walls and floor?
Дуйте предмет для украшения, господи. Ага. Что дурак, что дурак?
Deke hasn't seen this many plants here before.
А где мне нельзя, в принципе, пригодится? А почему сюда нельзя? А сюда можно? Нельзя. На ровную поверхность. А чем эта стена не ровная? Не, давай здесь все вот это говно надо просто. Стопа. Ну-ка, исправительно хочешь. Так. О, зырка. Зачем? Не надо. Ну, хуй будет. Какая ты большая. Так, для пола. Коврики. Да. Хуйня. Диванчик наколдуем себе. Я надеюсь, на нем можно будет спать, не?
Deke hasn't seen this many plants here before.
А чем там неголовое пространство? Почему неголовое пространство?
Good work. Shall we move on?
Чисто мой темный угол. Так.
I've conjured everything I can. What's next, Professor?
I think you're ready to take on alteration. The altering spell will allow you to customize any conjured item. You can change the colors, patterns, and styles of your furniture to suit your taste. Let's get started, shall we? Watch closely as I demonstrate how to perform the altering spell.
Так, погнали. Сюда, 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 сюда. Красота.
Just aim your wand at any conjured item and perform the altering spell to customize it.
В смысле стиль объектов?
It warms my heart to see your interest in pathology, dare I say. Blossom.
Не хочу это менять. Почему это недоступно? Как же обидно, ну. Так. Надо поменять. Что это? Не-не-не. Да ты глупый, что ли, блять, вот это.
Deke cannot believe how many beasts you have here. Deke thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
Не, really. Размер в чем поменять можно? Слушай, мать.
I have some questions about alteration, Professor.
Yes?
How do I use the altering spell?
Simply aim your wand at a conjured item that you would like to customize and cast the altering spell as I showed you. You can change an item's appearance in a number of ways, as well as move the item around the room.
What can I customize with the altering spell?
Alteration allows you to change the appearance of items you've conjured. You can change color, pattern, or style.
Thank you, Professor. I have no more questions.
I'll be here if you need anything else.
Как мне размер-то изменить? Изменить размер. Ёб твою мать. И к чему бы размер изменить? Может, к тебе? Нет, он там стул стоит, я к нему.
Nicely done. Now you're ready for something a little more advanced.
Слышь, гном.
You can use the altering spell directly on the room's architecture. Try these new designs on the floor or
Dick thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
Так.
Your space might benefit from a bit of ambiance, don't you? Deke, would you mind?
Of course, Professor Weasley. Professor Weasley showed Deke this bit of magic some years ago. Deke thinks you'll enjoy it. Come and talk to Deke when you're ready.
Как-то поинтереснее было. Так, тут. Ну, похуй, так. Вот так вот. Хуйня какая-то получилась. Надо все в одном стиле сделать хотя бы здесь. И... А, нормально. Я стал. Наверху можно, собственно, сделать вот так. А здесь что можно сделать? Какой-то уровень. Так, не знаю.
It warms my heart to see your interest in pathology, dare I say. Blossom.
Ты что, дурак, что ли? Да не, блин. Сучка тупая. Что здесь-то можно сделать? Так, это мы только что сделали.
Deke cannot believe how many beasts you have here.
Professor Weasley said I should ask you about changing the room's ambience.
Of course. What sort of overall look most appeals to you?
I'd like the room to feel mysterious and eerie, as if I'm in the Forbidden Forest, surrounded by shadows.
Oh, sounds perfect.
Во, вот так вообще заебись.
Quite a difference. Of course, you needn't keep this style if you don't like it. You can always ask Deke to change it back. Now you have learnt a good bit about alteration.
Thank you, Professor. The room is full of possibilities.
Indeed. No matter how much time I spend here, the room always manages to surprise me. an even bigger space.
How did that happen?
The room equips itself to your needs. It must have sensed that you needed more space to practice spellcasting. If you'd like to customize the space further, you can use these spellcrafts. You'll find more of them both inside and outside the school.
Thank you, Professor. I shall keep an eye out.
Good. I'll leave you to it. This is your space now. Use it wisely.
Ну красота же, ёпть. Так, нам надо это. Сука. Диван свой устранил. Зачем я это сделал? Так, диван мой. Черный мой. Черный диванчик. Я хотел вот что сделать. Я хочу поставить светильники себе.
Dick thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
Красота же, ну охуенно же, да? Это да, это охуенно. Ебать, местечко здесь, конечно, охуеть. Так, ну ладно, здесь хотя бы должно быть чуть-чуть отличаться. Блять. О, вот это пиздато. Во, так, и пол остался здесь. Вот такой. красота. У нас просто охуеннейшая. Охуеннейшая. Если он... Так, смотри, о чем мы давай-то здесь. Здесь мы диванчик себе сделаем как раз. Так. Вот такой диванчик я буду ставить, значит. Пуфик. Чисто мои приближенные будут сидеть. Давай, пуфик. Все, пуфика хватит. Так, это понятно. Это что у нас? Это понятно. Зеркало нам тут в хуй не впилось, умываться не стану. Коврик положить себе под ноги. Это что? Фирма. Практически. Раз. Ладно, пусть тут разный. Это что? Так, заходим. Здесь будет глобус. Здесь будет глобус. Просто чтобы. Стой, нихуя. Вот здесь будет столик вот так ставить. Блять. Вот тут будет мое местечко, чисто для проживания. Здесь мы будем проводить совещание с моими, с ними, короче. Так. Ай, чё? Я забыл. Ладно.
I'd like to ask you about changing the room's ambience.
Of course. What sort of overall look most appeals to you?
Ну это...
Actually, perhaps another time.
Не надо. У нас и так все абсолютно. Так, давайте последнюю хилку себе.
Dick thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
Опа. Красота. Все, собрать. Все, погнали отсюда. Выйти. А где же животные, где обитать должны? Это где будет? Короче, комнату мы нашли. Что у нас по заданию вообще? Сначала смотрим здесь, что у нас. Ага. Ну это все, ладно, этаж. Интерьер этот весь похуй, но... Так, здесь еще. Инвентарь. Снаряга. Не, уебищно. Задание. Ну, помчали. Эх, нельзя здесь перемещаться быстро. Если это перекатик делать.
Revelio.
Что за сундук? Буквою. Пошли дальше. У нас там занятия опять. Сколько метров за сутки? А, все. Опа. Ждать. Ждем.
Over here. Sebastian, it's been a while.
It has. Glad you received my owl. I have something to show you.
First, let me thank you for what you did in the library.
Of course. Scribner tried to give me detention, but I have ways out of these things.
Well, you took the fall for me, and that counts for something.
Did you find what you were looking for?
I did, but something was missing. I'm not sure here is the best place to discuss it.
Understood. We can talk more in a moment, in the Undercroft. Not even the professors know about this place. This way.
Войдите в секретную
There's a
комнату.
secret passage just here.
It's well disguised. How did you find this place?
My friend, Ominous Gaunt. He named it the Undercroft.
Revelio.
We used to play gobstones here all the time. With my sister, Anne. She loved that infernal game. So I wouldn't give to lose to her again. I should tell you, I swore to Ominous I would safeguard this place. So please, keep this between us. He never confides in anyone. But he's trusted me since the day we met. I wouldn't want to jeopardize that. We used to sneak in here almost daily.
Reparo.
Never been caught.
Revelio. Protego. I know Ominous. Met him in our common room. I've noticed he uses his wand to navigate the castle.
He does. No idea how, though. Ominous was born blind, and no spell could reverse it. His wand seems almost sentient. Not surprising, I suppose. Ollivander always says, the wand chooses the wizard.
Is that how he found this place?
No, someone in his family knew about it. The Gaunts are full of secrets. I've never heard anyone else speak of it, and I've certainly never seen anyone else here. Again, mention this to no one, especially Ominous. He has no love lost for his family or their secrets, but this place is special to him.
Of course. Ominous spoke to me about his family when we first met. To say that he has no love lost for them is an understatement.
Glad you understand. Anyway, the Undercroft has been a perfect place to sneak off to, away from prying eyes, and even practice otherwise forbidden spells.
Really? Like what?
Like the blasting curse. Professors say it's not an appropriate spell to teach students.
A proper magical education ought to include all magic.
My thoughts exactly. A spell like Confringo is only truly dangerous in untrained hands. Such spells should be properly taught, not banned. To be fair, I'm admittedly partial to more fiery forms of magic, but you should learn it. I can teach it to you safely here. It may take a while to get the feel for it. Mimic my wand movement. The incantation is Confringo.
Very well.
You're getting it. Ready to actually try it out?
Вот это.
Stick to the targets, though. Best to keep the Undercroft intact. Have a go at those candelabras. Both have their uses, but I think you'll find... Nice work. How's it feel?
It's a tad hot.
You're getting... That's it!
I think I got it.
Well done.
I have to say, I enjoyed that.
The first time Ominous and I practiced Confringo, we singed our eyebrows.
I would have paid to see that.
I swore we'd never live it down. To this day, there's something about that spell that's addictive.
This is exactly the type of magic I've been hoping to learn.
There's more where that came from. Been practicing similar spells here for ages. Although, I didn't tell Anne and Ominous about every one. Haven't been here in some time. It's not the same without Anne.
I'm sorry about your sister. If there's anything I can do...
Perhaps when I next head to Feldcroft, you could come along. Meet Anne. She could use some cheering up.
Just let me know when and I'll meet you.
Oh, she misses Hogwarts. She's been stuck at home with our guardian, Uncle Solomon. Unfortunately, you'll have to meet him too. Well, meeting a new student will be precisely what she needs.
I shall look forward to it.
Cheers. By the way, what was it you couldn't discuss out in the hall earlier?
I'm not sure where to start.
You said something was missing from what you found in the library. Might it have something to do with Victor Rookwood? He didn't mistake you for someone else at all in Hogsmeade, did he?
Nothing gets past you. I'll tell you what I can. Rookwood and Ranrock are trying to recover something they think I took from a vault in Gringotts.
Gringotts? When were you there?
Professor Fig and I wound up there after the dragon attack. There was this port key that...
A port key? To Gringotts?
Well, it's all a bit convoluted.
I'm listening.
You must promise to keep this between us.
I trusted you with knowledge of this secret undercroft. You can trust me.
All right. I can see traces of ancient magic.
Ancient magic? I don't know what I was expecting you to say, but it wasn't that. What does that even mean?
Honestly, I'm not entirely certain. All I know is that I can see whispers of an old magic that hardly anyone else can. Fig and I think that Ranrock has somehow found a way to harness that magic's power.
Are you telling me that goblins may be wielding some sort of wizard magic?
That's what we're trying to find out.
And this ability of yours, does it allow you to wield this magic too?
I don't know.
Well, when you do know, tell me. I've been studying archaic forms of magic for ages. Perhaps we can help each other. In the meantime, with both Rookwood and Ranrock after you, I suspect a bit more time practicing the blasting curse is in order. Spend as much time here as you'd like. And remember, keep this place between us. When I head to Feldcroft, I'll send you an owl.
Покиньте.
Hello, Sebastian. Wait. You there? I can hear you.
Oh, hello, Ominous. I was just heading to our common room.
I've recognized that voice. You're the new 5th year. Did you just come from the Undercroft? How did you get in there?
That room's called the Undercroft. Ah, well, I was exploring and then suddenly found myself in a strange passageway.
Don't lie to me. No one stumbles upon that room. Sebastian told you, didn't he? You breathe a word about this place to anyone, and not even your precious Professor Fig will be able to help you. My father is friends with the headmaster. I am not afraid to exploit that connection if I need to.
You needn't threaten me. I'm not going to say anything about your Undercroft. And Sebastian is a good friend. You shouldn't immediately assume the worst of him.
I don't need you to tell me about my oldest friend. Thank you very much.
Ominous, I just meant...
I know what you meant. Sebastian gets himself in enough trouble. He doesn't need your help. Sebastian is going to get an earful about this.
Confringo!
Нельзя его шпать. Да тащи в блока.
What are you trying to do?
Так, что у нас?
Come and see me as soon as you can. I've returned from a rather unproductive trip to the ministry, hoping your time has been more fruitful than mine.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Так, давай, выберем задание. Потому что я не понимаю какое-нибудь снаряжение. Что у нас осталось здесь? Плащ. Ага.
I would like to teach you Wingardium Leviosa. It can be used to levitate objects for a short time. Once you've completed a few prerequisite tasks, do see me after class.
Сколько тайных мест мы в этой школе сегодня узнали за одну серию. И комната выручается. И вот эта какая-то непонятная кабинка расширяется. И ты чё, въебался?
I was hoping to see you.
You're back.
Finally. Minister Spavin talks more than he listens. Ranted on and on about rogue dragons. Wouldn't listen to a word about goblins. Speaking of which...
Listen, Professor. So much happened while you were away. I received a flurry of messages from Professor Black's house elf, Scrope.
Scrope sent you messages?
Yes, I thought it was odd too. He asked me to meet him and then told me to take the toast.
Why would you want to take toast?
To a cave under the lake. That's where I found Richard Jackdaw's ghost.
Who on earth is Richard Jackdaw?
He was a student here long ago. Anyway, he told me about a secret cavern. I went there, and right next to Jackdaw's skeleton, I found the missing pages.
You found the pages?
I did. And because Jackdaw had followed the map they contained, when I found the pages, I found the location on the map. Believe it or not, it's a room below Hogwarts.
Why am I not surprised? Shall we?
I was hoping you'd say that. Oh, and we'll need to bring the book.
Опять старый убит.
The room is called the Map Chamber, by the way. And a portrait of Percival Rackham awaits us there.
Professor Rackham. I look forward to meeting him. How did this Jackdaw get the pages from the book?
Evidently, Peeves stole them, and Jackdaw stole them from him.
Oh, Peeves. To think it was beneath us all this time. This looks promising. Map. There's Hogsmeade. And over here, the Forbidden Forest. And, of course, Hogwarts. It's magnificent. If only you were here to see this.
Чего я не вижу?
Hello, Professor Rackham. We've placed the book on the pedestal as you asked. And this is my mentor, Professor Fig.
How do you do, Professor Fig? And you, my young friend, see now why you needed to return with the book?
I do. I also see why you refer to this room as the Map Chamber.
That you have come this far tells me that you possess extraordinary magical ability, the potential and power of which will unlock should you prove yourself worthy. The location of each of 4 trials will, in time, appear on the map. Trials that will test you and give you access to invaluable knowledge. Trials that you must complete on your own. Do you recall the pensive memory you viewed in my vault in Gringotts?
You and your friend Charles spoke of the port key, and of trials you'd created for one who could see traces of ancient magic.
Precisely. Charles is another of the keepers, a designation we gave ourselves centuries ago, in light of the knowledge that we have been bound to keep hidden. Until, perhaps, now.
So, the passage from your ruins to Gringotts, everything in the vault, the restricted section, finding this room, none of these was a trial.
They were an important part of the journey, but they were not trials themselves. The fact that you have come this far, however, bodes well. The trials were designed to ensure that the power and knowledge we have kept secret for so long does not fall into the wrong hands. They will test your abilities, both innate and learned. But of equal importance, everything you witness as you complete the trials will inform what you choose to do with all that we share. You will need patience. The trials have much to teach you. It will take time.
I'm afraid we don't have the luxury of time.
We have waited this long, Professor Fig. Surely a few more.
Respectfully, sir, while I do not know the secret you keep, I do know that our young friend here has seen traces of a powerful dark magic being wielded by goblin kind. And we encountered an uncommonly powerful goblin wielding such magic as we prepared to leave your vault at Gringotts. We may already be too late.
This is grave news indeed. Young friend, do you trust Professor Fig?
I do.
Then, in the light of your considerable skill and all you have already accomplished, we shall begin. You will find the location of the first trial marked on the map below you. Whilst Professor Fig may assist you in locating the trials, they may be completed only by one with our ability.
Shall we have a look? I know that tower. It's not far. You may have seen it yourself.
It looks familiar. Perhaps your young friend is more well-traveled than you might think.
As your mentor, the least I can do is go ahead to make sure it is safe. Join me as soon as you can.
You said that you know that tower. What can you tell me about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. I've passed it dozens of times. It's north of Hogsmeade. My recollection is that it seems abandoned. Clearly, however, the tower conceals more than meets the eye.
I'll find you at the tower as soon as I can.
Until then, be careful, and do not tell anyone where you're going.
Так. Откройся.
How nice to
Старый,
see you.
пока будешь идти, нахуй, я уж там скажу, сделался.
The freezing spell. It is an efficient way to cool down a heated situation. But first, I will need you to complete a few tasks. Once you have done that, come and see me.
Замораживающее заклинание. Блять. Так. О. Пошли к чеснок. Это типа, блять, надо искать самому все это говно. И где мне его найти? Как мне к этому говну пройти? Вот туда.
Revelio.
Предположительное место первого известного случая использования, возможно, успешного чар-бомбарда для события неизвестно. Идентифицировать заклинание бомбарда. Это который поменял амбуш, типа заклинание.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Сука. Мы читали это про циркул там космозоноид летает. Это, наверное, одна из этих сестер, там, то есть третья, что ли, была. Это заканчивается сейчас. Дойдем. Надеюсь, мы сами доберемся самостоятельно. Это мы пошли как раз, кстати, к этой графологии.
Professor, what made you want to teach herbology?
How lovely of you to ask. I've always had an affinity for greenery, so this situation is a bit of a dream come true. After graduation, I was thrilled to be asked to step in for my old herbology professor. He'd had a slight accident, you see.
Oh dear. A shame for him, but it worked out well for you.
Well, he never cared, really cared for the plants, and they could sense it. Oh, you'd be surprised how perceptive a plant can be. At any rate, the trouble began one day when he cut into a wigan tree. Unfortunately for him, its leaves were hiding a bowtruckle. You may recall the marvellous creatures that resemble a twig. The little beast gouged the professor's eyes quite fiercely, but terrifying, I'd imagine. Likely for the professor, too.
And that's when you took over as the herbology professor.
Well, not quite. After 3 weeks at St. Mungo's, my predecessor regained a tiny bit of his eyesight. He insisted on returning to the greenhouse. Within a week, he claims by accident, kicked a Chinese chomping cabbage, so it was back to St. Mungo's for him.
What a string of bad luck.
Well, I felt awful for him, but I dare say I felt a bit more sympathy for the cabbage. Upon his discharge from the hospital, his indifference to plants had turned to utter disdain. He lost what little patience he had left with a particularly temperamental venomous tentacula and, well, his resulting leave of absence continues to this day.
I'm glad everything worked out as it did and that you're the herbology professor now.
Very kind of you to say. I do love these gardens and helping my students grow. Lovely speaking with you. Have a wonderful day. Oh, and remember, be kind to your wigan trees.
Стой, мать.
What is the reason for these additional assignments, Professor?
They're meant to help you hone your magical skills outside of the classroom, thus preparing you to learn a new charm, Wingardium Leviosa. Before we plant the seed, we must till the soil. When you're finished with them, come and see me and we'll work on the charm together. I look forward to it.
What is the reason for these additional assignments, Professor?
Before we plant the seed, we must till the... When?
What are you up to now?
давайте закончим на сегодня. Всем спасибо за просмотр. Всем удачи, всем пока.